OpenAI says DeepSeek has stolen their tech. DeepSeek service is down and is not responding. DeepSeek API service is down too. DeepSeek leaks a million sensitive records that includes log entries, API keys, and user chat histories. But you don't have to be one of those affected here, because the good thing is DeepSeek R1 model is open source and is available out there for public use, which means you can run it locally in your own environment and stay safe. So in this video I will show you 3 ways to run it locally in your system using terminal, using WebUI, and using it programmatically using Python so you can develop on top of it. Make sure you don't miss anything. Alright, first of all go to Ollama.com. Ollama is a tool designed to simplify the process of running open source large language models directly on your computer. It acts as a local model manager and runtime, handling everything from downloading the model files to setting up a local environment where you can interact with them. Simply click download and it will download a .exe file. Select download for Windows, save. Once you have it downloaded, open the .exe file and click install. Simply click next and it will automatically install everything for you since I already have it installed, so I don't need to do it again. After installing it, go to Ollama and click models. Click DeepSeek R1 because this is the model that we want to run. On this page, we have a variety of models available from 1.1 GB to 404 GB. General rule of thumb is smaller models are faster but dumb, while bigger models are slow but smarter. In our case, we will continue with 1.5B parameter model because this is definitely what our machine can handle. So select this and it will give you a command. Simply copy this, open a terminal and paste the command. So it has started the session for me where I can chat with DeepSeek R1 because I already have it installed, which is why it was very fast. But if it is your very first time, it will first download the model and then it will start serving you. For demonstration, let's say 3.11 versus 3.9, which is bigger. This model is working amazingly fast in my system, which means I can try the 7B parameter model and go higher and higher unless my system cannot handle it. So anyway, it is just a demonstration. The answer is 3.9 is greater, which is the correct answer, and that's great. So it was a quick way how to run it in your local system quickly using Ollama. Now let's move toward how you can run it using a nice looking UI like ChatGPT, so you don't have to play with this terminal stuff. For that we will again use Ollama. Search for Ollama GitHub. Go to their GitHub repository. Scroll down. Here you will see web and desktop. Select the very first one. It will redirect you to another GitHub repository. Scroll down and here we have the installation guide. For that we require Python 3.11 to avoid compatibility issues. I already have Python 3.11 installed in my system, so if you don't have one, make sure you download it. The process is easy. Simply Google search download 3.11 Python and it will just do it for you. Okay, next just copy this command. Create a new folder and open it in terminal. Now here, before we use the command that we just copied, we have to create a Python virtual environment so that the rest of my configuration is not affected here. This simple command will create the Python virtual environment. It might take a couple of seconds. Okay, virtual environment was created and you can see there is a folder created here. Now we have to activate it. For that, type the name of the environment. In my case, it is my env/scripts/activate. This indicates that the environment is activated. Now we can run the command that we copied from Ollama GitHub, which is pip install Open-WebUI. Simply press enter and it will start to install all the required dependencies. Alright, everything is installed and now it's time to run it. For that we have to use the other command from their GitHub, go back to the terminal and paste it. Alright, the web UI is up and running. Go to your browser, type localhost 8080. There you go. Don't be scared with this email and password. You just have to create any account and it will let you sign in. Okay, so it's actually my second time. I already had the credentials which I enter and I'm able to log in. If it's your very first time, it will ask you to create an account. Alright, I am logged into the UI and now it's time to interact with DeepSeek R1 model using this UI. From here I can select different models. Let me select DeepSeek. Okay, so it was able to find DeepSeek R1 1.5B parameter model because it is already installed in my system, and we did that in step number 1 where we type the Ollama command to download the model, right? So this UI automatically detects it. Simply select this model and let's give it a try. How many are there in strawberry? It is thinking and has started its response. It is saying therefore there is only one occurrence of the letter R in this context. It is incorrect, but still we just want to test the output using this UI. We can also see the reasoning tokens here, and this is the actual output. Now let's say I want to install another variant of this DeepSeek model. I can go to Ollama and select the model here. Let's say I want the 7B parameter model. I'll select it. I just have to copy the name of this model. Go back to my UI and paste it here. Now click pull DeepSeek R1 7B model. It will automatically start to download it. As you can see, it is being downloaded. I am not interested in it right now, so I'll just cancel it. Now this is a very feature-rich UI for running models locally. It is provided by Ollama. There are various configurations you can do in it. You can have admin panel, settings, you can change the interface, personalization, chairs. There are a lot of options that you can explore. Now let's move to the third option where we will run DeepSeek R1 inference using Python, which means you will be able to develop on top of it and integrate it into your application, deploy it, etc. For that, simply Google Ollama Python. Go to the very first library that you see. You will find the URL to this GitHub repository in the description below. Anyway, scroll down and here you will see some example code. Let's use the very basic one. Go to your VS Code and paste it inside. Before running this code, make sure you have installed Ollama. Simply type pip install Ollama. Alright, Ollama is installed. Simply change the name of model from Llama 3.2 to DeepSeek R1, whatever the model that we have. I'll copy the model name from here. So this is the model that we would like to run. Let's run this piece of code and you will see the response down here in the terminal. That was fast. So it's saying the color of the sky known as sky blue is primarily due to blah blah blah. We have actually printed the response twice. Let me stop this one. Let's ask something else like how far is the sun. As you can see, it is providing us the response very fast. I'm using the very basic model which is not intelligent enough to answer such questions, but still you saw how you can use Ollama to run these DeepSeek models locally. It's not just limited to DeepSeek models. There are variety of models such as Llama, Quen, and so many other models that you can imagine. You can run almost all of them using Ollama because they have the support for it. So now you know how to run these DeepSeek R1 models locally in your computer without being dependent on their cloud, and keep your data safe and protected, etc. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and there are various other videos on the channel that I'm sure you will find useful. Make sure to check them out and see you next time.